Well, joining me is Gillian Franklin, the CEO and founder of the Heat Group, the cosmetics distributor. Welcome to Business Spectator, Gillian.
Thank you.
Now, the interesting thing about your business, apart from the fact that it's been so successful over such a long period of time, is that you managed after 10 years or so to change your investors and the people who are supporting you. Tell us a bit about how that came about and why you did that.
I think one of the great advantages I had when I decided to start my own business was I'd been in corporate life for 20 years. I was originally started with Revlon in the 1970s in South Africa and then joined them again here. And then my last role was 7 years running Graham Smorgan's company, which was called Creative Brands. So I'd been a managing director for sort of 17 odd years and then decided to start my own business. So I recognised that I needed to have some equity because all the stats show you that 80% of small businesses fail, and it's not that they're not profitable, but they run out of cash. And I thought I really needed to have some solid funding behind me. But I also wanted a board who could give me great support, teach me things that I didn't know, and perhaps open some doors for me. So at the initial stages, I thought I'll go out and target people, and because of my networking and previous connections, I was able to attract really blue chip investors in Jeff Morgan and Andrew Banks from Morgan & Banks, and Carol Schwartz, who most people would know from the Beeson family, and Alan Cheng, who's one of the largest cosmetic manufacturers in Asia. So that was a great start to a company that was just, twinkle in my eye.
And that was 2000, and the interesting thing is that in 2001, almost immediately, you got the contract to distribute Max Factor.
That's right.
In Australia, which in a sense made you an instant sort of success and made the business work.
Yes, it was quite laughable because P&G, they're the largest consumer company in the world with about $75 billion US. And they're quite like a big bureaucratic organisation too, and they gave me these forms to fill out as part of the process of pitching for it, and it was, where's your office? Don't have one. What computer system do you use? Don't have one. And I went on, I thought, this is not going to get me very far. It was a real challenge because I had to convince P&G to make a decision that was outside of their comfort zone and to take a huge risk, and they're quite risk averse as an organisation.
But you did. You convinced them.
I did. And so we were awarded the distribution rights for both Max Factor and CoverGirl. And it's paid handsomely for them because those two brands, when we took them on, were doing $26 million wholesale dollars. If we had done nothing else except stop the decline and achieve growth at the same rate as our competitors, so hold our share, we would have done last year in wholesale sales just under 40 million for P&G, and we did over 60. So we say we are sort of 20 million value-added business. So it's been a very successful journey for both of us. But coming back to your original question then, after 10 years, I felt like we needed to have a big shake-up. And I just thought, we need the next big step now. It's not just about dividends. It's about building something that's going to have higher equity in the next 5 to 10 years. And that meant...
But your existing shareholders wouldn't have minded if you'd said to them, we need to put the money back in the business now, no more dividends for a while. They would have been okay with that.
I think that after 10 years, there had been, I think, a comfort zone, and I wanted to shake that comfort zone a bit and say, I think we need to take a few more risks and challenge the business more, and also for me to be challenged a bit more, because I love to learn, I love to grow. And so I just made a decision. From my learnings on other boards, it's not healthy to have the same board. And I was very privileged because most professional investors won't stay for 10 years. So it was a great, I think, credit to me in the business that they did.
So how did you break it to them? Did you have a series of one-on-ones, or did you gather them all together and say, you're all sacked, or what?
Well, it wasn't about sacking.
No, I'm exaggerating.
But it was initially perceived like that, I think. I asked to have a meeting and went to see them and said that...
One-on-one?
No,
altogether.
And I just said, look, I've given this a lot of consideration. I think we've always talked about we should do what's best for the business. We've got roughly 100 employees and we've got great brands. And I said, I think it's time for me to bring in some new insights, different skill sets, different contribution, different appetite for risk and new challenges. and so I'd like you to leave.
Well, and how did they take it?
Well, you can appreciate, I mean, there was some interesting discussions for about half an hour, but I was very steadfast in my determination. And so we did discuss options, and I went to them and I said, there are a series of options here. You can leave or I can leave, and I think that it won't work if I leave, considering, you know, the business is driven by me. And
so you put it on the line to that extent.
I did, yeah, because I had to make them realise I was very serious about this. This was not a negotiation, this was a decision.